pretty motherfucking well.
Remember, week 6.
Nah, fuck you. Week 5.
Oh, those motherfuckers.
All right.
All right, welcome to the Revolution Week 5 edition. Here comes the Week 5 scores. Up front, we have the Reservoir Dogs leading the Alabama Crackheads 95-64. Reservoir Dogs' high score is Odell Beckham Jr. with 24 points. The Crackheads, on the other hand, have Eric Ebron with 23.
Cucamonga Cracker Killers are leading the Flying Graysons by 13, 87-74. Isaiah Correll came through for the Cracker Killers with 219 yards and a touchdown, giving him 29 points. While Andrew Luck threw for 365 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, giving the Flying Graysons 25 points.
David Johnson and Zach Gertz decided that they were going to lead C+ into kicking ass today. Once again, just continually doing that. On the other end of that shellacking is the San Francisco Shabooms with 86 points. The San Francisco Shabooms are done for the day, and their highest score was Patrick Mahomes and Adam Thielen, both 19 points.
Hayward Huff and Puffs is currently undefeated against the Brotherhood, beating the Sack King Trolls 91-76. Russell Wilson threw for 198 yards and 3 touchdowns, giving the Sack King Trolls 19 points. Whereas TJ Yeldon rushed for 53 yards and had a receiving touchdowns, giving the Hayward Huff and Puffs 17 points.
The 94th and Jock Mobsters are just absolutely obliterating the South Hayward Alfredo Pollos, with Todd Gurley leading with 29 points, just 77 yards, but 3 touchdowns. The South Hayward Alfredo Pollos, their leading scorer right now is Saquon Barkley with 24 points, but still has Michael Thomas to go on Monday night, so we will see.
And the closest game of the week, we have the Nightmen trailing the San Jose Party Fowlers 95-69. We have currently Antonio Brown had 6 receptions for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns, giving the Nightmen 24 points. The highest scorer for the Party Fowlers is Tom Brady with 341 yards, 4 total TDs, and 2 interceptions, giving the Party Fowlers 31 points.
It's time for best and worst players of the week. I got the good. This time I have kicker Graham Gano from Carolina, owned by the South Hayward Alfredo Pollos. He has 4 field goals and 3 extra point attempts, all 100%, 7 for 7 for 20 points.
Now for the bad, we're going with another kicker. And this guy, well, he just had a horrible day. Missing 1 of 5 field goals and missing 1 extra point, giving him a fat 0 for the Cucamonga Cracker Killers. That's gotta suck.
All right, here comes that motherfucker that helped nobody. For my choice, I pick wide receiver Robbie Anderson for the New York Jets with 3 receptions, 126 yards, 2 touchdowns for 26 points. Anthony, who you got?
I got Ito Smith from Atlanta, the running back, with 3 attempts, 5 yards, and 1 touchdown. Gave him 6 points, and that motherfucker helped nobody.
All right. Now it's time for my personal favorite segment, All Over That Bench. Anthony, who you got?
Got wide receiver Devontae Adams, Green Bay, with 9 receptions, 140 yards, and a touchdown. 21 points all over the Mobsters bench.
As for me, for some reason, C+ decided that it was a good idea to bench James Conner, who put up 21 attempts for 110 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 32 beautiful points. All over that bench. So, we are going to talk about the Raiders and, to a lesser extent, the 49ers. Both Barry teams are 1-4. So obviously we can just go ahead and say it out loud. They both suck.
Oh, fuck yeah.
They suck a lot. It's not like when they suck a little bit and if they can only get a couple of things to go their way, they'll be better. No, they both outright suck. And even if they manage to back their way into a playoff situation as a wild card, I promise you they're gonna get killed by whatever team they face because they are not ready.
Oh no. Yeah, I agree.
Neither team is ready, but we're gonna talk about a little bit about the Raiders specifically because everyone thought they were ready. I thought they were ready when they went 12-4, and then Derek Carr broke his shit, and then they had Connor Cook, that atrocity. Does he still have a job?
No, man, he's gone.
He's gone. Good.
He's gone. Him and
Good.
EJ Manuel.
Good. That's good.
That's good.
I feel like he's a little bit knowing that.
He's like, no, I can sleep at night.
Now I can sleep at night. But look, they are in a toil of trouble. They are not ready. I don't care what Chucky says. In fact, I stopped listening because I realized that the way the season's going, it's not going to matter. He's going to give us nothing.
No, I don't even know why they even brought him back. He's terrible.
They spent $100 million
for 10 years.
For 10 years.
10 years.
And they didn't spend $60 million guaranteed on Khalil Mack, which I'm just gonna stop this whole and just remind everyone that Khalil Mack is the NFC Defensive Player of the Month and the leading candidate for Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh,
so far.
Yes, I think he will get it.
He has had by himself better statistics than entire defenses in other teams. Which just goes to show you that's the kind of decision making that's going on. And 100% that all of these decisions are being made by John Gruden. McKenzie, he's making zero decisions.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I know that because I know for a fact that he went up to Mac and he has told him that he was going to be a Raider for life. And that went out the window. So that's how I personally know that it's the Gruden show and he's running. And that's, I guess, if the $100 million contract wasn't enough proof. So they're 1-3. They played a game today. They got killed. They got killed. It wasn't close.
Not at all.
I'm sorry, I gotta jump in for a little bit. Hello, people. I'm off to the side.
Yeah.
Anyways,
They can't see you.
I don't care. You guys, they're gonna.
No, it's wetlands. They can see you. Get up in there.
They're gonna fucking talk.
Yeah,
I
get
gotta
up.
say one fucking thing.
Get up in the Raiders shit.
The Raiders, man. These motherfuckers right here. They had lacked they lacked a sense of urgency in the game. They're running out their own clock on their own game when the game is on the line. And another time, why does this happen to Marshawn Lynch so much? Can you guys tell me this? The fucking Seattle Seahawks did this to him in the Super Bowl. What happened after they did this to him? They lost. They fucking Raiders do it to him. When you got a powerhouse like Marshawn Lynch, use that motherfucker to break down the wall and get that touchdown.
Goddamn
That's
right.
right, man. Goddamn right.
You got them right. To
That's
put
a
into
hot
context,
take,
what was just rightfully said, this Seattle special,
Yeah.
as famously known, it's the Super Bowl play. Anthony, would you like to remind us what that play was?
Yes. So, the Seattle special is it's when the Seattle Seahawks on the 1-yard line, instead of giving the ball to Marshawn Lynch for the win, they decide to give it to Russell Wilson. He decides to roll out, throw into the hands of who?
Malcolm Butler.
That's right, Malcolm Butler. And that sealed the Patriots' fourth Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
And it sealed that was the very day that Pete Carroll lost the locker room.
Yes.
Not
yes,
just
he did.
the locker room. That day he lost all future locker rooms.
Yes, he did.
No player, not no player, but no one on his team respects him anymore.
Oh, except for his boy Russell Wilson.
Except for his boy Russell Wilson, but he's got millions and he's got Ciara, so.
No, that's Pete Carroll boy, man. He gets special treatment from Pete Carroll. I heard it.
You heard it?
I heard rumors. of That's Why.
Oh, I 100% believe it because, he was a college coach. So I know he's not about following rules.
No, he's not. Him and his chewing ass, chewing gum on the sideline.
I will say that is really, really freaking annoying.
It is, man.
Not just to mention his whole rah, rah, rah mentality.
Come on, guys. Let's go. Oh, yeah. And not to bring up the fucking Thursday night game that's fucking on November 1st, coming up in 5 weeks. It's the Battle of the Shitties.
So, so the Battle of the Shits, November 1st.
Yeah, it's a shit bowl. That's what it is.
I will be there. Gabe will be there. Yeah, November 1st. San Francisco versus Oakland. Oakland for now. That will be the Battle of the Shits. We talked about it briefly in previous weeks, but we're just going to keep talking about it a little bit every time because it's getting closer and closer. And the closer and closer we get to it, the more it seems that they both might be looking for the second win.
Yeah.
When that date comes. Both teams are 1-4. And I'm going to keep continuously repeating that because, man, both teams are 1-4, which is way, way under what we all expected, really from both of these teams. Even with a difficult first part of the schedule, that still doesn't make it. It's still not enough to make you feel good.
Right.
Because even if there were some hard fought losses, you would still kind of feel good, and you can still look forward to the second half of the season. But the second half of the season is not going to matter because when you're 1-6, 1-7, what's it gonna matter? You expect me to believe that any of these teams are gonna go 6-1, 6-2,
right? Practically almost undefeated. In
you
the
think
second half.
You think they're gonna go undefeated?
No,
not
at all.
And I think I unfortunately think that a lot of teams kind of suck way harder. I think too many teams suck harder. They're just gonna end up somewhere in the middle next year too. It all depends. But I think the undertones of what's going on is that's where it's gonna head anyway. The Raiders they sure as hell aren't gonna do anything until they go to Vegas anyway.
That's true. That's true.
And I know for a fact that they don't want a soft opening, so they're gonna do everything they can to get everything ready for 2020.
Right.
That's why the Raiders are probably, unlikely, but I like to think that they're gonna play in San Diego because that is just hilarious.
Right.
The city wants to sue the Raiders and then the Raiders don't have a contract to play in 2019, so technically they have nowhere to play. They can play in Berkeley, they can play at Levi's, which would be the most convenient for everyone, but pride's gonna get in the way of that. And they're definitely not gonna play in Vegas. They don't want, like I said, they don't want a soft opening. They don't want them to play it somewhere shitty.
Right.
While they're in Vegas, they want the bitch ass Thunderdome.
Yeah.
So
piece of shit stadium.
They don't give a shit about what's going on today. So they're 1-4. I think they don't care. The fans care because the fans always care. So it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough season. The 49ers are 1-4. Theirs is a gloomier 1-4, but I still think everyone kind of feels good about 2019. I think the draft picks are going to be a big part of that.
Yeah.
It's still a little early to know, but Solomon Thomas does suck. He sucks a lot. And I know that because I pretty much never hear his name being said. The scorecard says that he gets 1 tackle, maybe 2. That guy does nothing. His snap count, he is at way under 40%. He was the 3rd pick in the draft. You would expect way more. So as long as they can draft anything better than Solomon Thomas because he sucks. They can probably do better, but they won't. Because it's still too early. They're 1-4. Everybody sucks.
Oh yeah, man! Thursday night, November 1st, they're gonna be playing for the number 1 pick.
You know what? That's actually I never actually thought about that until you said it right now, and that is my new campaign. I am now rooting for the Thursday night number 1 pick. Brawl for all, you know.
That's right. Brawl for all.
We should still do it with a trash barge. And that's how they win.
Whoever goes furthest. Whoever stays.
Goes furthest.
Yeah, whoever stays or goes furthest.
You know what else I want to talk about randomly?
What's
Earl Thomas. So we sort of didn't talk about it last week, but he broke his leg, and then he got in on the little medical cart, and then they drove away, and then he flipped off the Seahawk sideline.
Yes.
Now,
that was funny.
That was hilarious, and I personally good for him, and good for him because that sucks for him.
Yeah.
That he was gonna hold out for a contract, and he decided to be a good sport and come back, and he broke his leg, and now I promise you that the Seahawks are gonna honor nothing.
Nope.
They will offer him nothing. He has lost, and this is the exact reason why Le'Veon Bell has yet to report, and why James Conner is racking up all those numbers.
Right.
Which just made me be more on Team Le'Veon Bell. And he should sit out more, and he should sit out as possible. In fact, he should play for a completely different team. Any team that'll trade for him, he should give his heart and devotion to, because obviously that team is going to want him. And it's going to... I think just the feeling of being wanted is going to do a lot. And obviously I assume that whoever trades for him is going to give him I'm not saying a lot of money, but I think what he wants is he wants some long-term thing.
Right.
Which I hope he gets, because that's what he deserves. He touched the ball way more times than a receiver, and I think he should be paid at least
as such,
because he touches the ball way more, and he has a big, huge impact. Not just running, he is a beast out in space.
He sure is.
And like I said, I support the fact that he's sitting out. Earl Thomas, I am really sorry that happened to you, bro.
That sucks.
And I know you weren't flipping off the players; you were flipping off the organization figuratively, because that's what they fucking deserve.
Yeah.
Those sons of bitches.
We have billionaires that don't want to spend money.
Just fucking give them the money. If not, you should go to Dallas.
Yeah, you should go to Dallas.
You know, it's not a tragedy. This Monday night preview.
That's right.
All right. We have Washington at the New Orleans Saints. Now, in this game, we have the Saints favored by 6. The over-under is 52.5. Now, I'm going to start with my preview. I personally think that the Saints are going to win this game 35-28. Anthony, who you got?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the Saints will come up on top, cover that spread. And I think it'll be a high-scoring game. I think Adrian Peterson might get 100 yards on New Orleans.
I think that's a damn near guaranteed, because I don't know, what is it about AP, a.k.a. All Day, a.k.a. The Sun Spanker?
That's right. The Switch.
Get your switch, boy.
That's right. They call him the Switch.
He has this knack of just being an absolute beast with a new team. And every time you count him out, whether it be ACL, whether it be a new team, whether it be suspension, he comes out and he produces, and then you think he's going to continue, and then he doesn't. But right now we're still in that early stage where he is still good. I think he's going to run it. I think that I'm gonna say it as a compliment. I think that the ultimate game manager, Alex Smith, I think he is gonna be responsible for them keeping the ball and for them keeping the ball moving.
Right.
He may not throw it, even though he can be a gunslinger, but that's not his field. He just can. He's gonna manage the hell out of this game, and as of course, we all know that the New Orleans defense sucks.
They do.
They suck a lot. They always get scored on, and Drew Brees. Let me just go off on a quick tangent. Drew Brees. He has been hindered by the atrocity that he has had to carry on defense because all of his defenses have always sucked. And I think when the day that he finally retires, they should let him play one game or just just a couple series just against his own defense. He's just like signing like a 1-day contract with whatever team they're playing at the end, and then just let him play against that defense. So you just rip him apart and be like, "This is what you get, you son of a bitch, for every fucking year that you guys fucking made the other team put up 30 and I had to put up 45."
Right.
And that way he gets it out of his system because I promise you he is a class act and he will never say anything out in public. So I'm going to say it for him. His fucking defenses suck. And he needs better support. And he has never gotten support. He's never going to get any support. And it's just too late in his career where he's just better off getting more offensive weapons.
Right.
But anyway, like I was saying, that defense sucks. And the savvy veteran of the Washington team, Alex Smith, he's gonna tear him apart. He's been around long enough that he's gonna tear him apart. He may not have the studs that he did have in Kansas City as in his receiving corps, but that's not gonna matter. We're talking about the Saints here, and I mean Adrian Peterson is not the only good running back they have. No. He's just the best one they have, but he's not the only good one they have. So there's plenty of good weapons for Washington. That coupled with New Orleans just absolutely sucking like mega hard. I mean, you guys, I cannot stress how much the New Orleans defense sucks. I mean they suck so hard that we're just gonna take just 10 more seconds. They suck so hard. So hard.
It's just embarrassing how
so
hard they suck.
That any team, any respectable scheme team, player, second string quarterback should have pretty much no trouble carving them up. So, and that's why we're going to get a ton of points, and Drew Brees is just going to throw it a ton.
Oh, I hope so.
He's going to throw it. I'll just do my own over-under. I think the over-under on 45. I think it's going to go over 45 attempts on Monday night. And I think he's going to score all touchdowns. He's going to score all touchdowns because he's going to fucking have to.
Yeah, after that dud he laid last week.
After that dud, he's going to fucking have to.
Yeah, he's at home. Oh, he's feeling good.
You're at home. No wind. It's not cold.
It's not cold. You're in the dome.
It's
gonna be good.
Throw it all over the yard. Let it loose. Let it rip.
That's right.
It's gonna be it's gonna go back and forth. I don't think it's gonna go 35-10 and then there's gonna be a comeback. I think it's gonna go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Oh yeah. Drew Brees and Jordan Reed are gonna give the Nightmen their 5th win of the week. 5th win of the season so far. Stay perfect.
With all that, see you in week 6.